last night, of course, the Milwaukee Bucks lose their second straight game to the Miami Heat. They're now down 0-2 in this best-of-7 series. Of course, they're the first seed. Miami is the fourth seed. And first of all, I got to say this. The end of that game, Rob, was a travesty.
Horrific.
I mean, the last call, did Giannis touch him after the shot? Yes. Should that have been called a foul on the last shot of the game, of a playoff game at that? No way, no how. But here's the thing, Rob. I don't feel the least bit sorry for Milwaukee because moments earlier, they benefited from an even worse call.
No, I
Did you
get
see
it.
the Chris Middleton shot?
Yeah.
I mean, Goran Dragic played. You couldn't play better defense than that. It was absolutely perfect. And unlike Giannis did touch him. He did put his hand on Butler's chest.
That's not the way that you want to.
Even. I get it, but I feel no remorse for them whatsoever because they should not have been tied. Chris Middleton took a three-pointer, was not fouled, and was given 3 free throws.
Yeah,
so
but I have a problem
with
it. Right. I just to make up at the end of the game.
I don't think they did it. You think they I don't think they purposely did it as a makeup call. That would be egregious.
I think it was a makeup call, Chris.
Oh, my God.
I really do.
Really?
I do. I think it was a makeup call because they knew that they blew the
Middleton
to me, that's
a
so
suspendable
bad,
offense.
And you can't do that. That's not what people look. People aren't there to see the referees. They just aren't. Let the players make shots and win games. Come on. I think you do the game a disservice. Even the players, Chris. Make somebody make a shot, right? Or make a play. Not on the free throw line with no time left on the clock. I'll never buy into that. I think that's the worst way to end a game, and especially a playoff game. I just think you raw. Nobody feels good after that game. Who feels? I know the team that won.
I actually don't feel bad because, like I said, to me, it evened out. Because Chris Middleton should not, and I know it wasn't the last play of the game, but it was 10 seconds left, whatever it was when he took that shot. That was terrible. It wasn't even close to a foul. It wasn't even close.
That's why I'm always like you got to hold these refs responsible. I'm serious.
Well, they do. I mean, they put out that 2 minute. You know,
I want action. I don't care about telling me that they blew it.
Well, they hold them accountable. I mean,
they need to let go of some of these guys. I'm serious.
That was bad. That was bad. There's no
bad. We've seen a lot of bad ones. We see how about in the NFL? We see referees make bad calls all the time.
We think about the Saints. I mean, gosh.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway,
right in front of them.
You know what else has been bad? The Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis again. I voted for him MVP the last 2 years. I have no regret.
It.
I'm not. I'm just letting people know. I'm saying it with my chest. Because people think, you see, he wasn't MVP. It's a regular season award. What happens now has absolutely, positively nothing to do with it. Nothing. So I don't have any issues with it. But a lot of people now, and this is how it goes, Rob. You work your way up to that superstar level and where everybody praises you, loves you, says you're the next this, you're the next that, you get awards. And then they start saying, all right, brother, give me a title. What you gonna do in the playoffs? And when you don't deliver, it starts going the other way. And the criticism starts coming hard. And Giannis has reached that point. Michael Jordan reached that point. LeBron James reached that point. And Giannis has now reached that point. And Richard Jefferson, former player, actually tweeted out this. Rob G, what was his tweet?
Might be I'll say again. Giannis might be a Pippen. There, I said it. He needs his Jordan, end quote.
Now, Pippen had a great response. Do you have Pippen's tweet in front? We're not going to dwell on Pippen's response, but it was tremendous.
What did he say?
Did you hear it, Rob Parker?
No.
Rob G, you got it in front of you?
I do.
Can call up. Okay, go ahead.
I do. He says, I'm not Giannis. I don't have back-to-back league MVPs, which he will in a matter of days, and he's not me. The question is, though, who were you as a player?
Wow.
Hey, that's hard. And Richard Jefferson was a very good player, but obviously was not in Scottie Pippen's class. But
Right,
anyway,
but
and he
in a
didn't mean it
way-
as an
but-
insult.
No, but it does come off like that. You know what
No,
I mean?
Pippen meant it as an insult.
No, but I'm saying,
RJ didn't mean it as an insult.
He didn't mean it like that, but it does come off as if you're like a second-tier guy.
Oh, yeah.
And Scottie Pippen's like, wait a minute, I won 6 championships.
Yep.
I also
Top 50.
have top 50 of all time. You could go on and on. Don't act like I'm like some also ran or
Right,
whatever, and it doesn't
right,
matter. And that's
right.
kind of like making it. Now, if you want to use a Batman and Robin kind of scenario, that's different. But when you use Pippen, if I'm Pippen, I wouldn't take that as well.
No,
Not from Richard
I totally
Jefferson.
agree.
I wouldn't take it.
Right. You better be darn.
You better have 7 championships.
Right, you better
calling
be
me.
darn good to call out Scottie Pippen. But here's where I'm at on this, Rob. And you know, I think I shared it yesterday on the show or a day before or something like that. I was texting with the Hall of Fame player who's still around the game today. Last week, if not a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. And he said he didn't say Pippen, but he said he doesn't think Giannis is a number 1. He thinks he's a number 2 because he doesn't have that go-to shot, that go-to move shot, that you can get anytime you want when you need to. And here's where I stand on it. I don't think Giannis is a Pippen, and I don't think he's a Jordan. I think he's more like LeBron. Now, LeBron obviously had more of an offensive arsenal at this point than Giannis does. I mean, LeBron could hit a jumper with more consistency and a three-pointer than Giannis, and he had more moves than Giannis. But Giannis, here's where the Giannis-Pippen comparison doesn't work. Pippen never was the best player on a championship team.
And for all the people who always use him as like Michael never won with him, the argument is always, if that's the case, how come he never won MVP in the NBA Finals? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
If he was on par with Michael Jordan, as people try to make it out to be, no, I mean, like they're trying to say, well, Mike never won without him. Then how come he never won a Finals MVP?
Right. Absolutely. It was it was almost a number 1 and number 3. I mean, no disrespect to Scottie, but the gap was huge, right? I mean, we're talking about the greatest player ever. So it's no disrespect to Scottie. Scottie is a legit top 50 and all that, but it was a clear distinction between Jordan and Pippen. But Pippen was never the greatest player on a championship team. Giannis, Rob, unless he's playing with Kevin Durant, a younger LeBron James,
he's the best player out there.
Who else? Right.
He's the best player
who's
out
going to be better than him?
No ifs,
Kawhi,
ands, or buts.
Right? So he's going to be, and it's the same thing with LeBron. LeBron, every single year of his career, has been the best player on his team. However, he did need a dog as the second guy. He needed that guy who could go get me a bucket, create a shot off the dribble, hit a jumper anytime we need. When I can't get it, I need him to be able to get it. And he had that in Dwayne Wade, and he had that in Kyrie Irving. They weren't better than him, but they were closers, and they were guys. He obviously closed a lot of games himself, but when he needed help, they could do it. And that's what Giannis needs. With all due respect to Chris Middleton, he's not that. Chris Middleton's more along the lines of what LeBron had in Cleveland his first stint. Antoine Jameson, Mo Williams, guys like that. And so,
Chris, why don't you get some water, man? You all right? Get some water. Dude.
You hear me struggling?
Yeah.
But no, I'm good.
Water.
I'm good.
Okay.
But that's where I think he's not Pippen because Giannis will be the best player on this team. He just needs a second guy that can get his own shot, like at will at that top level. Rob, even Dirk Nowitzki. Remember they were talking about Dirk's too soft, can't win it.
He'll never
and he had
win,
Jason
never
Terry.
lead. Right, no.
Jason Terry wasn't a great player, but he in that finals, right?
He was clutch in
Yes.
that finals.
Yes.
And yes. So I'm not abandoning Giannis and thinking that he can't win and he's a second banana. I disagree with all that. I just do. I think that's easy to say, especially when people lose. And I told you, when they lose, they don't look good, Chris. They just, for whatever reason, they look really bad. And when they're playing on all cylinders, it just looks like a different kind of team. But these are the playoffs. And, yes, they got to the Eastern Conference Finals last year and lost 4 in a row. And so people have soured on them a little bit, and now they're already in a 2-0 hole here. So we'll see how this plays out. But do I think if the right player was added to him or he had the right second player, Chris, could he be a different player or a better player? I think he could. I agree with you. And I think and Chris Middleton's
give
made
him
hell
a
of
Kyrie.
Career. I mean, come
right.
on. I mean, I'm not going to knock
good,
the guy.
but give him Kyrie or a D Wade or somebody like that. So, but you have to admit, Rob, he does have holes.
I didn't say he doesn't
like
have
he
holes.
doesn't
I'm not
have
saying
that. He needs to. I mean, this summer, man, I'd say one of two. Well, actually, work on both of them. Work on your jumper, and he has, and he's improved it. But he's got to keep drilling that jump shot. And now, don't even have to be the 3. I mean, you'll work on that too. But he really, if he could just hit the elbow jumper consistently, that would make all the difference in the world. Or, I don't think he'll do this. Very few players do it nowadays. If he posted up, and if he had a jump hook that was virtually unstoppable, that would be enough. Put him in the post, throw it into him, and they're either going to have to double or triple team him or he's going to kill you. One of those two things will help him a ton because you saw it the other night. They called the play for Chris Middleton. And Giannis was actually just setting a screen. And so that's the challenge with the Bucks. But he's 25 years old. He's got a long way to go. And so we'll see. All right. Well, go ahead. We threw it out to you, 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. Is Giannis more like Pippen, Jordan, or even LeBron? Your turn to weigh in. Let's see what they think, Rob.
I say he's more like Jordan than Pippen or LeBron. But LeBron got his panties in a bunch this morning watching Jay Williams.
Yeah. And Jay, I mean, I don't think LeBron was ever a Pippen. Do you?
But I'm just saying, why dignify it? Why lash out? Do you know what I'm saying? Chris, sometimes so what?
You think
so
that was
what?
insulting to Pippen? Read LeBron's tweet.
No, I read it.
No, I mean Rob G on the air. Read LeBron's tweet.
Yeah, he was responding to a Jay Williams tweet that says, so then LeBron was a Pippen with D Wade once. Nothing wrong with that until you get over the hump. LeBron on Twitter says, explain to me what the F I got to do with this subject matter.
I'm over here. Saying. He's all worked up.
I'm over here minding my damn business praying for Houston. And by the way, I ain't never been nobody but my damn self, king-ish.
I just was like, really?
Oh, man.
That's all right.
Well, remember what they were chanting
Williams.
when LeBron first went to back to Cleveland, first trip from Miami? Remember what they were chanting? Was that when it was? Scottie Pippen.
Yes. I do remember
Scottie.
that.
But first of all, it's not an insult. Scottie Pippen's a great player, as we said.
No doubt. We just said he's a top 50 of all time.
Yes.
Stop it.
But
all
LeBron
right, let's get
James
going.
was never. Dwayne Wade was the Scottie Pippen.
All right, let's go. Let's go to G from the shop in D.C. G, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's the name of the barbershop you at?
Man, no, I ain't in the barber shop. I'm at the maintenance shop, man. G from the shop, man, on Instagram, man. You know me.
I got
cut
you.
Off a couple weeks ago, man.
Yep.
But Greek Freak is not Pippen or Jordan. He's more like a Sean Kemp type dude that needs somebody to help facilitate. I don't understand why Budenholzer kept trying to force the offense to him when the whole time they was playing better and they took the lead with him on the bench. He need to stop demanding the ball and play complimentary. Man, Pippen is the best all-ball defender.
Sean Kemp.
Man, look.
Sean Kemp.
Hey, listen. All I know, Richard Jefferson is a poor man's Byron Scott. Shout out Scottie Pippen, man. Die-hard Bulls fan right here. He's a
Sean,
poor
and
man.
look, Sean Kemp was great for about 6 years in Seattle and a couple, 1 or 2 in Cleveland. But come on,
He was good those years.
he was
in
good,
Seattle.
but he wasn't Giannis. You know that, Rob.
No.
Come on.
Giannis is an all-time great.
Right,
I mean, he can wind up
And
Chris, once he
does.
gets
He's
that
so
shot.
much more versatile than Pippen.
Because you already know Giannis is about to win back-to-back MVP.
MVP.
I mean, let's just be honest. Thanks for the call, G. Mark in Sacramento, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What you got, Mark?
What's going on, gentlemen? Mark getting the bat phone again, I guess.
That's right. Everybody else can't get in, but you get in.
You're the envy of the show, of the listeners, man.
I'm trying to back off some. I thought you guys were going to have a first-time Friday. Let that happen every Friday. That's
we'll do
fine.
that tomorrow.
No?
Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow.
Well, you know what? It must have slipped our minds, right?
Yeah,
Well, I'm reminding you guys. Let them. I think that's a great idea. Every Friday.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that tomorrow and every
Okay.
Friday. Yeah.
Hey, real quick, it's hard to tell with Giannis because he's this dude's different. He's developing each year, and I'm trying to figure out which one is he. If anything, his development is a lot like Scottie Pippen's on a higher level, the development part, because he's getting better and better and better, just like Pippen did.
Pippen came,
Mike and LeBron came in with different type of skills, man. He's not there yet. They were already there, so I have to take those guys out of it.
Now, that's fair because, in fact, if I'm not mistaken, I may be wrong, but I think both Pippen and Giannis actually averaged 7 points their rookie seasons. And then around 14 their second years. I'll check that out. But, yeah, so that was a fair point by Mark, Rob.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to argue with that. I think that is fair. How about Ham in New Jersey? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Ham?
What's up, guys? I'm at it. I think he's more like LeBron, especially the early years when all he could do was drive. But I also think if you're going to compare him to Pippen, you might want to compare him to Pippen's 94 season.
MVP, right.
Yeah.
Right.
He plays more like that. But he's developing every year. He's getting better and better. And you've seen in the speech that he gave, he wants to get better. This is a humble kid. I just think we're prisoners of the moment right now. We got to give him a shot to finish out the series.
No, I agree with you. That people do overreact. That when they lost to Orlando, some people are like, "See, I told you they're no good."
I don't know who in the world
not you
was thinking that, right?
But I'm just saying, some fans who always are looking to bash him.
For the record, Giannis averaged 7 as a rookie, and Pippen averaged 8. Giannis averaged 13 his second year. Pippen averaged 14. So that was a good point by Mark. They both just developed over the years.
All right, let's squeeze in Tony in D.C. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Tony?
Fellas, what's good? It's always a pleasure. Rob, I already checked you on the gram the other day. You know what it is. Talk about my Cowboys, but that's for another day, my brother.
That was because I sent out a Trash Talking Tuesday from Deadspin, ripping the Cowboys. You know that was put together nice and slick.
Tony knows better than to challenge me on social media.
Okay, okay, Chris. I got something for you, my brother. But I think that Giannis, I think he's more closer to LeBron the early years because, you know, when LeBron made to the finals against the Spurs, they just kind of formed the wall.
Right.
And it's like, LeBron, hit the J, prove it to us. My thing with Giannis is, you're 7 years in. Where is the video of you working out with Akeem Olajuwon? Even Kobe, as he got later on in his career, he called up Olajuwon and went and worked out with him. You want to take your career to the next level? You're 6'11". You got to call Olajuwon in Houston and take that game to the next level.
That's a good call. That's a good call. I mean, people might say, well, it's a different game today and they don't post like that. But, Rob, if he had some of Olajuwon's moves and could go plant himself on the block and they just give it to him and he's going to kill you, or you're going to have to double and triple and he can kick it out for the pass, I can't argue that would be that wouldn't be effective. So
It would be.
Yeah. All right.